Hi, welcome to our flying adventures. It's all about the journey. This morning, my journey was to blow all the leaves out of the backyard and the garage and the front porch and sidewalk. So while you're doing that with your safety gear on, you have plenty of time to think while you're building up a good sweat. So I thought about it today and I said I'm going to make a short video on vectors to final. I know, beat a dead horse. And I had covered this back when I was doing some different posts in my blog about the Garmin 530, 430. And there are a few videos on there, courtesy of another YouTube creator. Mark, he does a great job. So a couple of his are on there, and if you check them out, if you use a 530 or a 430, it's helpful. I now have a Garmin 480, so I've been doing how-tos on that. I'm not a CFI, I'm not a CFII, I didn't sleep at a Holiday Inn. I just try and go through some things and video it so that I can refresh whenever I need it. And if somebody gets something useful out of it, great. If they have a question, great. I'll try and answer it. But like I said, I am not the authority on the Garmin 480. It's just my experiences. So I'm going to put together a little video on the Garmin 480. And I had watched a few YouTube videos. And Martin Pauly is what really struck the nerve to go and do this. I love his videos. They do a great job. I think he has a Garmin 750 and he has the Aspen setup, and he was given vectors for an ILS approach. I forget into where, St. Paul, Minnesota maybe, I can't remember, but at the last minute he was changed back direct to, I think Kiki was the name of the initial fix. So, and he said he had to switch back to GPS to do that because he had vectors to final selected. However, the Garmin 750 still lists all the initial fixes or all the waypoints when you select vectors to final, which is a very cool feature. My 480 doesn't do that. So he said he had to go to GPS to go direct Kiki, which maybe he meant GPSS steer to go back to Kiki from the heading mode. That's what I do. If I'm getting vectors, I'm in heading mode on the autopilot, and then if they give me a direct to, I can hit GPSS steer, so select direct to, hit the GPSS steer, and I am on my way to that point. So it's all in knowing your equipment. All right, enough yickety yak in here. I'm going to show a video, a portion of a video on my flight home from Vero Beach that did this exact scenario, and then I'm going to come back and explain a different scenario I had coming into Wilmington. So let's get to it.
Okay, I'm on with Charleston approach, expected GPS 17. Procedure, approach GPS 17, vectors.
They're indicating 700 feet.
Alright, do a vector, thanks. Go to 192.3.
Number 453 Tango Charlie, turn left direct Charleston, Vortac, and then depart Charleston direct Mount Pleasant. I'll have a vector prior to that though.
Okay, direct Charleston, 3 Tango Charlie.
Then reduce speed 210 knots, Delta 2547.
Number 453 Tango Charlie, you can depart Charleston International actually direct to Jenny.
Commander 3 Tango Charlie, are you sure you want to go to Jenny for the approach? I can give you closer in vectors.
We'll take Jenny at this point.
Okay, that was a perfect example. Charleston approach, told me to expect vectors, then gave me Charleston direct, then direct Jenny, so switched me back over to the full approach. Then once I'm on the approach, said, "Yeah, sure you want to stay with Jenny because I can give you vectors." No thanks. So that was my fault for not loading the full approach initially and selecting vectors. My mistake. But prior to that, back in, I think, October 2011, Mary and I were coming home from a Beach Aero Club Fest out in Ithaca, New York. And we had taken off from Ithaca, 800 overcast, popped out on top within 1,500 feet, needed my sunglasses to fly home. All the way down to Allentown, Pennsylvania. They lowered us back into the Clag, and we got blasted with heavy showers. Outside temps were near 40 degrees, so we were good there. And then Allentown handed me off to Philly. They turned me direct to Modena instead of my as-filed Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Papa Tango Whiskey. So I set that up, and I was on my way to Modena, but I didn't even make it that far. Philly decided to turn me towards Philadelphia Airport and vector me for the RNAV GPS 27 into Wilmington. So as we rode along, I was like, okay, this is great. I selected vectors to final. Shouldn't have did that. Going along a little ways, we're in the Clag, and the next controller gives me expect KHO. Well, KHO is an initial fix coming from the Woodstown, New Jersey VOR. So I had to get into the GPS. This was the 530 in my Sundowner, and reset up the initial, I'm sorry, not the initial approach fix, but set up the approach and then go to the initial fix of KHO. I think we broke out just around minimums. Actually, Mary had some ground contact. If I remember, she saw the Delaware Memorial Bridge. And then I saw the C-130s at the Delaware Air National Guard base. I had the runway, and then we landed. But that's the 2 times it bit me. And after that time, I swore I'd never do it. But as you can see in the video clip, coming home from Vero Beach, I did it again. But I will not do it a 3rd time. All right. Let's go to the sim, and I'll show you the quick switch using the Garmin 480. Again, if you want to see anything with a 530, 430, go to my webpage. On the right-hand side under favorite links, you'll see anything for the Garmin 530 and 430. And hopefully that'll help. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Okay, let's get to the sim. Okay, I selected a very short flight from Ocean City to Salisbury. Let's go into procedures, and we are going to select an approach, ILS 32. We don't want vectors. We're going to, if I select the right button on the cursor, I hate using the cursor on the sim, but it'll give us Colby. That's the final approach fix. We don't want that. Salisbury, we don't want that. That's right, co-located at the airport. Let's look for Snow Hill. There we go. Sierra Whiskey Lima, Snow Hill. We're going to select that. There it is, Snow Hill, right into Salisbury. It's like a T for the ILS. Scroll down and get rid of the discontinuity, because we do have a way to get into Salisbury. And that's it, ILS 32. Fryer is an initial fix. Colby is the final approach fix again. And there you see Fryer, Colby, runway 32. Scroll down a little bit farther and it goes into the missed approach. Hold at Colby. Okay, no active leg defined, but we want to replace the active with the modified, so we hit enter. All the legal mumbo jumbo. Clear to exit. Enter to flip 108.7 into the active. There we go. ILS 32. Okay, so we have 108.7 secured. It's in place. Now we're giving direct, we had been given direct Fryer to stray away from the vectors. So we're going to scroll down, select Fryer, direct. I didn't blow up the map too well. Oh, that's a little bit too much. It's hard to see where it's positioned at. But we're going to get direct Fryer and then into Salisbury. That's a little bit better. And there you have it. Always take the initial approach fix closest to you and select the full approach. Stay away from the vectors to final, in my opinion only. And you'll be a lot better off if they switch you over to the full approach or a certain fix on the approach. All right, thanks for watching. Hope that helped. Take care. Get out there and practice. Any questions, leave me a comment down below.